Market Traders TV. Learn, make money, be happy.
Not that I'm just taking stabs here, but this is the zone that I'm looking for. But we're a ways away from a gain at this point. I'd like them to create some kind of a swing down here. I'm just kind of flat on the ES. I missed this short, so it kind of pissed me off. Didn't really give me an entry for the way I trade. But man, you could have took this last failure to gain, man, set up like the last one. You know what I mean? That's the absolute last one. So we'll see what happens down here. This is looking spooky though, right? At this point, because like we're the weekly failure to gain setup is playing out. So this really opens up a lot lower. I have trouble believing that it's really going to go this low, but it opens up down here, all the way down here, even somewhere in this swing. So we'll see what happens. We're kind of getting into the zone for me to take stabs at longs anyway. We need to see some kind of strength, but don't mind this area. What a sell off. So kind of flat on Bitcoin right now too. I took a stab here last day, but it didn't work out. Just kind of waiting for a gain over top of this, but it didn't happen. I was waiting for gains above this swing. Looks like they want to take it a bit lower. The area that I'm kind of watching on Bitcoin is the just bring 4 hour here. It's this previous cluster here, kind of somewhere in there. Maybe even all the way down to here. Kind of the zone. Once we get down here, I'll definitely be looking at longs, but not until we gain a 15. So we haven't gained shit. So we'd be looking for some kind of move once we get down here. So not too much to talk about right now. Like if you're not in a short, then what's up, man? If you're not in a short, you're kind of just on the sidelines waiting for an opportunity. I did take a stab here, like I said yesterday, on this right here after they gained right here. After they gained this, but I got stopped out. Should have really known better. Like it was on the daily. You could see it looked like down. They had made a new low. They didn't make a new high, so it definitely looks like lower. You're short from 47,500. Yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah. I wouldn't have taken that short, but kind of just looking for longs at this point. It's possible that we might get because this is a pretty big zone down here, man. We might get a kind of a similar situation that we had over here. You know what I mean? Or sorry, right here, like this bottom one. This range is pushing up against a pretty major level. So this is pushing up against a very major level. It's a monthly. So it's probably going to bang around here for a bit. That's usually what it does when it pushes up against a major level. Like, and you're just waiting for some kind of a gain. But if you did take a short here, this does look like lower. Like it definitely looks like it's going to come down into this area. So just kind of on the sidelines. I don't want to play around in this shit. But to try to get some kind of decent trade down here. Weekly's all the way up here, man. Yeah, I think we're gonna bang around down here for a bit. I really hope we don't lose this level, man. This is a very, very key level in Bitcoin, man. We start losing it, then it opens up fucking much, much lower. Everybody should be very, very much prepared for this zone, right? Should almost have resting orders there at this point. We you could still, like, as long as they close the month above here, I think if we wick down, it's gonna wick down like this and come back up pretty fast. I don't think that they're gonna close the month down here. If they do, fuck, man, watch out. Like, we're gonna see much, much lower. But this is it. You should definitely be prepared for this area. There's gonna be some really good long opportunities. But coming down here, it opens up. It just opens up a big down move, right? It opens up this to way down. So just you need to be prepared for it. Yeah, I guess I can get all this shit off the chart, man. 4 hour looks down too, right? I doubt this area holds at this point. Like, we're headed lower. We're headed down to here. So ES at this level that I was looking at, you can see the level right here, right on the 4 hour. It's this 4 hour move that made this absolute low. Space. What is it? What's the ticker? SPCE. Galactic Holdings. Ugh, I don't like how they lost this weekly level. Ugh. It did gain this daily though. You're gonna run into resistance right here. I really don't like how they lost that. But it is definitely at a spot, and it did gain a daily, so it's good enough for a punt. Yeah, on the weekly it looks pretty good. Look at the monthly. It's all going to be up to the Fed, and like I really don't think that they're going to raise the interest rates. So everything's going to pump like fucking crazy. Pretty sure. That's just my opinion, but I don't think that they're going to end the world right yet. Could be wrong, but it's just me. Fuck, even a move like this is 20%, dude. Decent for entry. Hard to take this trade though, man. Like, I don't know. I don't like taking trades until I see confirmation, right? What's RTY doing? Russell Gade did have a daily gain here too. This looks okay on the Russell too. It's a rough stop though, right? Let me just look at NQ here first. NQ, like, this is sickening, man. Why didn't I take this short? you know, it's a perfect setup. It opens up very much lower, man. Like, it opens up down here. This and this. Not to say they can't hold something here, but that's spooky that they dumped it that hard off of that weekly failure to gain. Like, that's fucking huge. Something to keep an eye on anyway. SOFI. Put this on the weekly. Alright. I don't like how they made a lower low here on the weekly. And it opens up down here, right? On this, it's like for sure I'd just be waiting for a daily gain. Geico wouldn't be able to get involved unless there's a daily gain. I really don't like how they made a lower low here on the weekly. This was higher, then sure, but it is kind of in this range though, so you know, definitely potential to come back up there. But like I said, I don't like how they put in a lower low here on the weekly, and a lower low here and a lower high here. My God, like if we lose this at this level, where is this gonna go? It's gonna come all the way back down here. This is tested zone already. You really don't want to go much lower than where they did, right? Pretty spooky. INTC. Clear this up. Put my own lines on it. Wow, look at that gap fill close. Right, this is headed lower most likely. I wouldn't be touching this yet. You'd want them to gain that, so. Let me just look at the monthly on this. Gonna be a little spot right here. Be keeping an eye on that. Good play. I mean, yeah, it's an okay time to buy, but you just need to use proper risk and find like decent spots, right? I wouldn't let this get much below 43. You know, starts getting underneath this, that's going to be disaster. Going to open up down here. So, you know, you need to have your stop correct. Can't really go below this. So whatever your risk tolerance is, you need to just make sure that you have your good risk and can't lose too much if it starts going the wrong way. I really don't like how they made a lower low here, right? But not to say that you can't, it won't have another move up, but these markets get sideways like this, it gets a little scary. Yeah, we looked at it already. Yes, but I can look at it again. Yes, kind of at the spot where I was looking at, so not too bad. But again, you need to be waiting for something even at least a 3-minute gain or something, right? Like you could take stabs here and just have stops underneath. Did have a 3-minute gain. I think everybody's waiting for the Fed too, but I don't think the Fed is going to be, you know, I don't think that they're not gonna announce interest rates. I can't see that happening. If they do, like, fuck, man, watch out. Like, it's gonna, we're gonna be due for months of down. If you did take longs there, I would be taking one off right there. You know, not a bad spot to take a stab at it because it was such tight risk. After they had this little gain, you could have your, you know, that's only like a 3 point stop, whatever. Pretty good. See what they do though. I think it's going to be down until the Fed. I think we're headed down here, man. That's a Wednesday. It's not till tomorrow, I believe. I'm not even sure. I think it's tomorrow though. Guys, got any charts you want me to look at? I mean, look at this. Look at the daily on Bitcoin. Actually, it was pretty funny. I was looking at it. Like the daily on Bitcoin, it's traded pretty epically, right? Every single one, every single swing, they failed. Every single one. A lot of trades in there, right? Failure, 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 failure. I look for buy areas on like the 4 hour and above, and then I look at 15 minutes for entries. AAL. I hold. It depends. Like I'll have profit targets. If it hits it that day, it hits it that day. If it doesn't, then it goes longer. That's for the futures in Bitcoin. But for stocks, I usually just look at the weeklies and dailies, sometimes monthlies too. So this is coming into a tested area. Could hold. Did have a daily gain here too. Morning, sweet. I wouldn't give this too much more under that though. DOYO. Fuck, this is a dumpster fire. Nothing to do, nothing to talk about here, man. Get the fuck out of the way. You know what I mean? I wouldn't trade this until we get back above here. Because it's complete dumpster fire, right? So you need to, for me, I'd need to gain a weekly before I take any positions. DKNG. Ooh, this is looking kind of spooky too, yeah. Right at the edge of the monthly. Fucking look out. You know, they don't hold here. It's look out. This area is tested too, right? Not to say they can't hold, but they did gain. They did have a little gain here. I don't like how this area is tested though. But, you know, proper risk. Anything's worth a shot. The risk is so tight on this one. You know, you get much below this area, it's, you know where it's going. It's headed lower. You could have a super tight risk on this trade. Worth the punt, you know what I mean? Just based on risk alone, it's worth the punt. I'd probably wait for it to start gaining something like on the 4 hour. Oh, it did already. You know, it's at a half decent spot, dude. But you know, I would definitely have super tight stop on this if I was taking a punt on this. Yeah, I really don't like how it's tested. To the upside, probably these two areas first. Decent upside potential. 40%, 20% to that, so at least 20%. Worth the risk. My day trading, it's if the trade develops in the day, then it's a day trade, I guess. But it's just kind of however long it takes for the trade to develop. I mean, in futures, you usually pull one off in the day, but you always have runners on every trade, right? So the runners, I guess, turn into more of a swing trade idea. Cool. I think that's it for right now for me. Unless you guys got any more charts. Kind of busy right now with my Amazon gig. Is that time of year? Knock. Look at this fucking madness. The hell was that? You know, this doesn't look too bad for higher. Let's just look at the monthly here for a sec. So they did come down and test this. And, you know, it doesn't look too bad for higher, dude. On some kind of a retest, obviously. You know, a retest of this swing, maybe? Somewhere in here. They're pushing up on levels though, right? Like this isn't really the area where you would look to take new longs. Like you'd look to take new longs down here. It's on the monthly level, but when it's pushing up on major resistance, this is not where you look to take new longs. But to me, that looks like good for higher. Dow. So losing this monthly, but holding this one. Losing that monthly, but holding this one. Don't mind this gap fill right here. They kind of did it already. And I wouldn't. Oh, they did gain. They gained this little daily here. You know, doesn't look too bad. I like how they had a daily close back above this too, so doesn't look too bad for higher. I would have liked to catch it a little bit down here, but or have this thing retrace a little bit more. Doesn't look too bad. I'd wait for them to re-achieve here. They did have one gain. You could put pretty tight stops. I don't like how they put in a lower low up here, or a higher or a lower high. So it kind of opens up a little bit lower. And there's this down here. The daily swing test. You might do that. See, the problem with this swing is it's been tested already right here. But they might come down and do it again. I really don't like how they put in a lower high up here. Let me just look at A, B, and B. This one looked okay to me before. one still looks pretty good to me. Had a daily gain. Holding weekly. We'll see. Worth a punt though. Cool. PLTR is holding up a little bit. Hopefully that one pays out. You guys can follow me there. I announce on there when I'll go live. That's why I started that. For you guys.
Thank you for watching and learning with Market Traders TV.